Hello, welcome to Daily News from Marjaeyat TV. Scholarly meetings of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Holy Qom, Iran. The House of His Eminence Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the holy city of Qom continues to hold scholarly meetings on a daily basis. These meetings are attended by religious scholars, clerics, and seminarians, as well as the general public. In these meetings, the questions revolve Islamic beliefs, history, and law, and the grand jurist answers to these questions in person. Marjaeyat TV studio continues to cover Arbaeen Walk of 2022. The mobile studio of Marjaeyat TV continues to provide live coverage of the Arbaeen Walk of 2022 in the holy city of Karbala. This studio was stationed in Qibla Street at the vicinity of the shrine of Imam Hussein, peace be upon him, producing religious programs in the three languages of Farsi, Arabic, and English, and providing live streams of the activities of the offices of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi are some of the programs of Marjaeyat TV studio. This studio will continue its programs until Safar 20th, which marks the Arbaeen of Imam Hussein, peace be upon him. Activities by Temporary Office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi during Arbaeen Walk of 2022. The Temporary Office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the holy city of Karbala continues to run numerous cultural and religious programs during the Arbaeen Walk of 2022. This office hosts public groups of believers, including cultural and religious figures, as well as the representatives of the Islamic authorities, distributing books written by the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, holding discussion panels, congregational prayers, and religious lectures are among the other activities of this center. Imam Husseini's studio begins covering Arbaeen Walk of 2022 in Holy Karbala, Iraq. Imam Hussein TV has begun its numerous programs to cover the Arbaeen Walk of 2022. This studio is stationed in the Qibla Street near the holy shrine of Imam Hussein, peace be upon him, in Holy Karbala. This studio will broadcast many religious programs, hosting top religious activists and experts. These TV programs are broadcast in the 5 languages of Farsi, English, Arabic, Turkish, and Urdu. Preaching programs by delegates of Allamah bin Fahad Hilli Seminary in Dighar province of Iraq. Some delegates from the Islamic Seminary of Allamah bin Fahad Hilli continues its special preaching programs in Dighar province of Iraq during the Arbaeen Walk of 2022. Sheikh Muntadar Shahristani was leading these delegates. These delegations visited several mawakib in this city and met with their managers. Tribal figures meet with Director of Office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Basra, Iraq. A group of tribal figures visited the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Basra province to meet with Sheikh Nazar al-Hassan, the director of this office. In this visit, these Iraqi tribal figures relayed their respects and prayers to His Eminence Grand Ayatollah Shirazi and appreciated the tireless efforts of the office of the Grand Jurist to launch numerous cultural and religious programs in this city. Activities by Queries Office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Holy Najaf, Iraq. The Queries Office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the holy city of Najaf continues its activities during the Arbaeen Walk of 2022. Several members of this center are stationed on Holy Najaf to Karbala route to help pilgrims with their religious queries and distribute religious books among them. Sheikh Salah al-Halfi, the director of this center, met with Mustafa Khabbaz to discuss the supply of bread for religious mawakib. Delegates from al-Shaaer TV and Imam Sadiq Institute meet Basra Police Chief. Some delegates from the al-Shaaer TV and Sadiqiyya Institute, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Basra, met with Brigadier Basim al-Ghanim al-Maliki, the director of the PR office and the police chief of Basra. In this meeting, both sides emphasized holding cultural and religious seminars to raise public awareness on various fronts. In the end, a plaque of appreciation was given to Brigadier Basim Ghanim al-Maliki. Al-Mostaqbal Center holds meetings in Holy Karbala, Iraq. Al-Mostaqbal Center for Strategic Studies, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the holy city of Karbala, held another session of its weekly meetings at An-Naba Media Center. This meeting was attended by groups of cultural and religious figures, including Sheikh Jalal Ma'ash, one of the representatives of the Grand Jurist. Civil peace and reconciliation were the subjects of this meeting, during which Sheikh Murtaza Ma'ash made a speech. Abiha Institute compiles and publishes the statements of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi. Abiha Institute, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the holy city of Karbala, compiled and published the statements of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi ahead of the holy month of Ramadan 1443 AH. This book, which is titled The Pressing Urgency, is published in Arabic language in 5,000 copies. PR Office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi hosts Husseini pilgrims in Arbaeen Walk of 2022. Following the recommendations of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, the Public Relations Office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the holy city of Kadamiyya hosted groups of Husseini pilgrims during the Arbaeen Walk of 2022. Like the previous years, this center provides pilgrims with housing and resting place. Anwar al-Jawadain Institute holds meeting in Baghdad, Iraq. Anwar al-Jawadain Institute, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Baghdad, the capital of Iraq, held a meeting titled The Impact of Imam Hussein's Arbaeen Pilgrimage on the Youth's Education. This meeting was held on Safar 10th, hosting groups of youngsters who listened to Sheikh Ahmed Allami. Abiha Institute continues to distribute supplies of drinking water to religious mawakib. Abiha Institute, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the holy city of Karbala, opened its caravansarais to host public groups of Husseini pilgrims during the Arbaeen Walk of 2022. In the meantime, Abiha Cultural and Charitable Institute distributed large supplies of drinking water to pilgrims. Thousands of drinking water bottles were given out by this center. It is worth noting that this center, following the recommendations of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, feeds pilgrims during the glorious Arbaeen Walk of 2022. It is also worth noting that this institute supplied food items to religious mawakib. More than 500 centers have received supplies by Abiha Institute and the holy city of Karbala. Karbala Charity Institute hosts groups of Husseini pilgrims in Arbaeen Walk of 2022. Karbala Charity Institute, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, begins to serve pilgrims of Imam Hussein, peace be upon him, during Arbaeen Walk of 2022. Two centers by this institute distribute warm foods and beverages among pilgrims. More than 3,000 foods are given out to these pilgrims on a daily basis. Community of Servants of Ahlul Bayt, peace be upon them, serves pilgrims in Holy Karbala, Iraq. Community of Servants of Ahlul Bayt, peace be upon them, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, serves pilgrims of Imam Hussein, peace be upon him, during Arbaeen Walk of 2022. In compliance to the directives of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, this community has a station in the holy city of Karbala. Sayyid Alam Center serves pilgrims of Imam Hussein, peace be upon him, in Holy Karbala, Iraq. Sayyid Alam Center, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, continues to serve the Husseini pilgrims during the Arbaeen Walk of 2022. This center provides these pilgrims with food and other refreshments. Shibab al-Hur Center serves pilgrims of Imam Hussein, peace be upon him, in Holy Karbala, Iraq. Thousands of pilgrims in the holy city of Karbala were served by the Shibab al-Hur Center, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the city. This center serves food and refreshments to pilgrims. Shibab Sadiq Center serves pilgrims during Arbaeen Walk of 2022. Shibab Sadiq Center, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the holy city of Karbala, hosts pilgrims of Imam Hussein, peace be upon him, on a daily basis. This center is consisted of advocates of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi from Basra province who provide their services to the Husseini pilgrims. Activities by Community of Clerics in Holy Karbala, Iraq. The Community of Clerics, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the holy city of Karbala, continues its programs during the Arbaeen Walk of 2022. The members of this center help pilgrims with their religious queries and distribute cultural and religious books among pilgrims. Many cultural and religious figures, as well as representatives of Islamic authorities, also visited this office. Sheikh Jalal Ma'ash, one of the representatives of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, was one of these visitors. Community of Clerics opens new branch offices in Arbaeen Walk of 2022. Several branch offices of the Community of Clerics are now ready to welcome pilgrims during the Arbaeen Walk of 2022. One of the branch offices of this community is a station near pole number 1211 on Najaf to Karbala Road. Many cultural and religious figures, as well as representatives of the Islamic authorities, visited this office. Abdullah Radi Center serves pilgrims of Imam Hussein, peace be upon him, during Arbaeen Walk of 2022. Abdullah Radi Center, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, serves pilgrims of Imam Hussein, peace be upon him. This center is now stationed in the holy city of Karbala, hosting thousands of Husseini pilgrims and serving them with warm foods.